Welcome to episode 14 of the Vyral Marketing Show. You're going to learn why we don't like doing trade show booths and maybe why you should avoid them too. I also have a great story to share with you how to think about marketing dollars. I'm also going to show you an example recruiting newsletter that you can model to build your recruiting database of talent. So welcome back to the Vyral Marketing Show. My name is Frank Klezit. This is my
Scott Solari here. How you doing?
Head of new business and sales, Scott Solari at Vyral Marketing, and it's our mission on the show to help you learn how to attract more customers and clients by publishing educational video content, any type of educational content, to position yourself as an expert, demonstrate your expertise, help people, which builds trust, so it's easier for people to come towards you and seek you out as a professional. And at the end of the show, we're going to cover some pretty cool topics, actually some more stories that I think you might find interesting. But before we get into that, like I say in every show, I want you to go to our website, getvyral.com. On the very homepage, you can get a copy of the video marketing plan we recommend for every new client at Vyral Marketing, actually all of our clients at Vyral. All of our clients at Vyral follow this core plan of reconnecting with your database, your number one business asset, publishing 2 educational videos a month to stay top of mind, to position yourself as the expert, and then prioritizing your follow-up with the people that watch those videos. And that's the plan that you see all over our website that all of our clients execute. And here on the show, we like to share some ideas that complement that plan in some ways to help you take it to the highest level. So, Scott, we just recently got back from a event.
We did.
We went to Keller Williams, had a wonderful conference event in Las Vegas. We took our team down there. I think we had about 6 people down there, and we worked the event. And at many events over the years of building Vyral Marketing, you probably have options to do a trade show booth or an event booth at an event. And if you've done them before, you probably are no surprise that they get very expensive. Not only do you have the sponsorship fee that can run several $1,000s, they charge you for power, they charge you for internet access, they charge you to probably stand there. And trust me, they know how to make their money very well, the hotels, to do a booth. But not only with the booth do you have the fees incurred with that, you have the trade show display that you have to buy, you have to ship, you have to ship back, right?
You have to have employees there to work the booth, right?
Generally need about maybe 3 people that you have to fly down, put up, pay for meals.
At least.
So
the size of these booths, you should see. I mean, God, it's crazy.
Yeah. We did an event last year. I think it cost all in with just the flights and the hotels and the sponsorship fee and everything. It was like $25,000 for this booth that we paid. And I will be happy to say from that event, we got 0 business.
1. No, we did get one.
Got one?
You got
okay.
1.
I got 1. All right, I got 1.
But it's still not even close to getting us positive there.
And I think that's an interesting story because instead of taking that money on a booth, and there's a point I'm getting at here with this, instead of taking that money and spending on a booth, what we would rather do is offer our services for free in some way to help promote the event for the vendor, to bring value to them. It's always something that you could do to have access to the event, because if you don't spend the money on sponsorship, they're giving up that. But we took all that money, we took our clients out to dinner. We took them out to the nightclub and got some bottle service. We met one-on-one and bought them lunch and drinks. And we went to the event and we met with our clients one-on-one to strengthen the relationship. And there's a couple of key insights that I think I want to share with you as a professional service provider if you happen to go work an event that has been very successful for us. And I like the why we don't like trade show booths as a juxtaposition to just meeting your clients at an event.
Right.
So a couple of things I want to share. Whenever you make a marketing decision, the decisions that we make here at Vyral Marketing is, would our clients and our customers approve of the marketing expense? So think of it this way. If you're a customer of Vyral Marketing, would you approve that I took all of that money that you're essentially paying us to help you get results and blow it all in a giant booth to help us get more customers?
No. and there's a simple reason for that, right? It's because it's not really adding value to our customers if we do that, right?
No. And also too, I want to create marketing that's so useful that people want. Like this show, for example, this costs us good money to put this together and to get the video equipment and everything together. But it's something that you actually like. So I always look at our marketing expenses saying, is this something that the clients will actually improve? I look at our clients and our customers as investors in our company. Right? Giving us money and saying, would they approve that expense? It's been a guide that has guided us well to grow our firm to what it is. And it can be a great guide for you as well, especially with the Vyral Marketing Program. You pay us or pay whoever, spend the time to publish these educational videos. That's something people want. There's value there. It's something that has utility, something we'll be pay money worth receiving, right? So we went there with our clients, we built some relationships, and I think probably the biggest distinction, and when you build a professional firm or a long-term business, it's about the relationship with your customer. It's about the relationship with the client. It's about the relationship with you, the viewer.
Yeah.
It's not so much about the specific product or service, the price. Right. You want to move away from the product and service and price of what do you do, how much does it cost, what results do I get? You want to try to move away from those types of questions to questions more about relationship and trust. And that's where the premium is, to be guided by someone in a higher firm and a higher company that will guide you. Yeah. And what you found is you walked around the booths at the event.
I did.
And what are all the questions people ask you? Look up to a booth. How much does it cost? What do you do? What makes you different than this person?
Right.
It's all product related, right?
Yeah, it's all product related. And look, I get if you have a booth and you're selling something very tangible, like a software. There's certain things that can make sense.
If it's a business as opposed to.
But we're a service, and it's
professional service.
And our business is in the relationship, like you said. And it just doesn't make sense for certain businesses. You got to kind of evaluate, like, what type of business are you? Like, what type of company are you if you're going to be doing and putting dollars towards something like that, right? Mm-hmm.
So specifically, like I said, this is for professional services, if you're a professional service provider watching this. So what we found is, like, at the dinners, at the events, or when we met people outside the event, there was no, even with prospects, there was no conversation about price or what we did. It was all relationship.
Yeah.
But we go to the booth, it's all about price and what you do.
Right.
And that was a really interesting distinction with our interns that we brought down. They said that was a huge difference.
Yeah.
So anyways, something I want to share with you, something to think about, is your marketing so good that people will be willing to pay for it? And would your customers and your clients approve of the marketing spend that you're doing? Again, if you're a professional service, to bring in your own business. And if you can hit those standards, you really have such a strong long-term business if you can hit those standards with your marketing. So like I said at the beginning of the show, I just got some interesting stories of some concepts I think that would be interesting to share with you, our viewers today, our audience. At the event, late at night, maybe 1, 2 in the morning when you get back after working the whole night, right? It's Las Vegas, right? I was actually hanging out with a mortgage broker friend of mine that was like, Frank, I really want to grow my business. I really want to do more deals or write more loans. What do I do? What do I do to grow, right? I'm like, well, man, I don't know much about mortgage. And specifically what I want to talk about here today is, how to think about marketing dollars in your business. That's kind of the whole point of the story. I said, well, what do you love the most about your business? He's like, I love having these deep relationships with a few people that I can do a really good job with. I just hate having to spend a large percentage of my time trying to find new business and dealing with this one-off deal and one-off deal and one-off deal. And it's not about the relationship and they keep grinding on each other on price. And I really want to invest in really say 5 really good real estate agents. Again, this is a mortgage professional, 5 really good real estate agents that can maybe send me 3 deals a month, right? If I get 5 real estate agents.
Yeah, it's 15 loans a month,
right? To send me 3 deals a month as referral partners, that would change my life, Frank.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, okay, well, if you want to do that, it's probably going to take some resources to secure those relationships, which is either money or time.
Right.
So let me just ask you first, sometimes it's easier to do it with money if you have the right mindset, which is what we're going to get to. But how much a year in business are you doing? What's your total commission dollars that you're earning selling mortgages? He says $200,000. Like, that's great. $200,000. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's a great mortgage professional. And then I asked him, well, how much money are you spending on marketing to acquire those relationships that would change your life? He's like, ooh, I don't like marketing. Marketing's bad. I've gotten burned on marketing. I don't know. I was doing Yelp ads, right? Or I was doing, some print ads, something like that. Like, come use me. I'm a mortgage guy.
Right.
And hopefully you see the insight from my story earlier. Would his customers, would his real estate agents approve of him being on Yelp or spending money on that or whatever things?
Yeah.
Right. So I kind of use this as a test. And I said, okay, well, what's holding you back from spending more money on marketing? He's like, well, the return's one thing, but I don't know, it's just very scary, right? What if it doesn't work? I said, okay. Well, if you want to grow your business, typically you spend 10% of your revenue on marketing. So if you're doing $200,000 in business, you would spend, say, $20,000 a year on marketing to acquire more business, 10% of your revenue. That's a lot of money, $20,000, but if I were to tell you to save 10% of your income or put 10% of your income to retirement, that would be pretty typical, right? So we really just want to invest 10% of, let's say, the $200,000, which is $20,000.
Well, it's reinvesting it into your business, which is into yourself. You just got to make sure you're investing it in the right things that you can get behind, right?
Correct. Now, so you have to get behind. So we'll talk about what the recommendations were they liked.
Right.
But here's the challenge with the money, and this is what I want to talk about investing marketing dollars. As I asked him, well, why don't you spend that $20,000 a year on marketing if you're doing $200,000? I mean, that's about $1,600 a month. So he had to start stroking the check for $1,600 a month. He's like, oh man, I don't know. I got to put that in my savings account. I got to save for my kids' college. I got to do all these things with that money. It really started freaking him out spending that kind of cash on the marketing. So I asked him, well, what are you afraid of? He's like, well, I'm afraid if the deals don't go through, I don't have enough money to be able to pay my bills. I don't have enough money to live like another couple months or whatnot. So my next question, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
How much money do you have in savings? He's like, $30,000. I'm like, that's a lot of money. That's plenty of money. Like $30,000 will last you how long? He's like, oh, it'll last me a couple months if I don't do any deals. I said, how likely is that?
Yeah.
And here's the question, here's the statement I want you to hear, because this was shared with me that helped us grow Vyral, and I think I can share this insight with you with the story. I asked him, what's it costing you to keep putting money in your savings account? What's it costing you to keep making it to $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $100,000? Like, don't you want savings in perpetuity of a certain amount? Well, at some point, it's costing you something because that money could be invested someplace else after you hit your security threshold, which is easily at $30,000 when you think about it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's like, wow, it's a really interesting way of thinking about it. I said, yeah, too. And just think about this. How much money, theoretically, would you be willing to spend to acquire a real estate agent that will refer you 3 deals a month forever? He's like, oh, man, a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me ask you this. Would you spend $20,000? It's like, well, I guess if you think of it that way, if they would actually send me that business forever, I guess it would make sense. I could spend $20,000 to acquire that agent to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? To acquire that customer, right? So here's what we thought of. We said, okay, I want you to stop thinking about money being an asset and thinking about relationships being an asset. This is a mortgage person. He knows what a balance sheet is, assets, liabilities. I said, I want you to start writing on your balance sheet, not just savings accounts or retirement accounts, but start putting relationships of agents that will consistently refer you in good times and bad and on the asset column of your balance sheet. And just like you invest in your savings account, you're going to invest in those relationships on your balance sheet. And an asset, for those of you that have studied Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, is something that puts money in your pocket. That fits the definition of a good relationship, right?
Yep.
So it's like, oh, that's very interesting. So what we did is he's building a list of all of the agents in his area that have consistently, in good times and bad for the most part, have done, 3 deals a month. Boom, there's his list.
It's a great place to start.
And then, like we said in previous episodes, what does he need to break into those relationships? Right. Well, I said, if you could show up with some buyer leads to that agent, you're gonna make him really happy. Why don't you take that $1,600 a month and invest it in some type of buyer lead generation to bring buyers to an agent that want to work with you and say, hey, agent, I understand you have a current relationship with some other mortgage person, but here's a buyer lead. Can I just write the loan on this deal if I bring you the business? And now, like I said before, I use this metaphor of a fox in a hen house. But now if you're the mortgage person and you're writing a loan for that real estate agent, maybe you write another loan for that real estate agent with you showing up with the buyer lead, that relationship is going to get pretty strong your way to win that person over. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And that's what we thought about. And I think there's a lot of good lessons in that story of how to think about money, how to think about when you want to invest in your business and what's costing you just to keep it in savings after a certain security threshold, as well as the concept of investing in relationships and something your customers would approve of, because I'm sure the real estate agents would say, yes, I'd much rather you focus on bringing me buyers than spending it on Yelp, right? So anyways, again, for the show, like I said, I want to share with you some stories. I hope that kind of opened your mind a little bit just to kind of think about how marketing dollars work, and maybe it's something you apply for you in your business. So finally, for the Vyral Marketing Show this week, I want to share with you something that we're doing here at Vyral Marketing that you can employ. Again, all this kind of fits the theme of what we're all about here at Vyral Marketing. We're about investing money, marketing dollars, into marketing your expertise, publishing educational information, to help you become the sought after expert, and investing in relationships which is your database. I mean, I don't think we ever really define a database. Database is kind of this like a computer program, like bin, it sounds like.
Yeah.
When a database really is a spreadsheet of names, it's a list of names you have a relationship with.
Right.
So really, in the previous segment, when I was talking about building relationships with real estate agents, that's really building your database of really good relationships of the right people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So here at Vyral Marketing, as you watched in previous episodes, that we have a great internship here in San Diego where I could take any college graduate, college student, and in 6 months, I'm pretty confident we can train them to be a great marketing professional. And we have a promise that if you succeed at the internship, we'll give you a $50,000 a year job offer at the completion of your internship. It's a pretty cool USP, unique selling proposition, unique recruiting proposition.
Yeah.
A URP, I never heard that. I just made that one up. It's a URP.
You're welcome.
For students, right? Or anyone who wants to apply. It could be, you don't have to necessarily be a student to go through an internship, right? So one of the things that we do here at Vyral is every week, our interns get together and they write like a 500-word blog post about their experience this past week of what they learned here. And you can actually go to our website, go to getvyral.com, click on the blog, and on the upper right-hand side, you should see something like a careers or internship. You can click that and you can read all the blog posts. But what all of our interns are writing, what they're learning through the process of the internship. Right? Because we keep asking, I always ask the interns, like, who's the person you have to become to earn $50,000 a year? And you'll hear those stories throughout the weekly write-ups. Well, not only does it give them time every week to sit down and reflect, to be able to say, okay, let's take some time every Friday and let's reflect really what happened this week. What did I learn? And you write this journal entry for yourself. But it's such great recruiting content, right? So obviously that content goes up on our website. Mm-hmm. And on YouTube and Facebook, I actually, here in San Diego, we have SDSU, San Diego State University, USD, there's a couple other colleges, but I can actually target everyone between the ages of 21 and 24 that are interested in marketing within 1 mile around campus. So you can't beat that, right?
Facebook.
So I'll show a couple examples of the ads here as they kind of roll on the screen. We have some Facebook ads, we have some banner ads, we have a YouTube ad, but that's being targeted right to that age group of people interested in marketing within 1 mile of campus. You can't beat that, right, to get that type of exposure.
Yeah.
And not only with the blog posts, as I'm sure you saw there, they also make like a weekly video. Right. They get together, they record footage of their whole week and they edit it together to create like a video of their experience for the week, which is great, which teaches them how to create content. So I put them in your shoes, having to create content, know how hard it is, but hopefully easy with us, but you get the point. All right. Now I want to show you this newsletter. Okay. This is something you could totally do if you have employees working for you. You can have them, write something up and create some great content, what they're learning working for you at your firm or your business, whatever it may be. But you can also take those write-ups and turn it into a newsletter.
Yeah. Well, it can track their success as being part of your team. As you recruit, we talked to a lot of different businesses out there, but as they come on, you train them, you can track their progression. That could be a really good story to tell someone else that you're trying to recruit at a later time.
Yep.
Right.
So what you could do is I recommend every quarter, you don't have to do it every month. Once a quarter, you should have someone go through and find the names of all of the professors that have the students in the colleges that you want. So for our case, it's business and marketing.
Right.
If you just go to all the colleges' websites, all the names of the professors are up on there. It's a copy and paste job. It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
Right? So there's about maybe 90 professors on our mailing list. And every quarter, we just take copies of some of the best write-ups and we put them in a newsletter. This is just a printout from my printer, but it's just a nice newsletter and it gets mailed out. And what this gets you is the professors will hand it out to their students. They'll put it up on the board. You can put on there, call me to speak. So you get the speaking invitations at school. They'll come to you for like sponsorship for stuff to get access to the students.
Right.
It is such an amazing thing. I mean, this is about a 20-page newsletter that goes every quarter to say like 90, 100 people or so. It should cost you maybe $300. $300 to $400 it will cost you to send that every single quarter. And again,
minimal.
What this does is the insight I want you to see here, the practical application, the principle, is you can go out and build your database directly, which is what we're doing by having job ads online for recruiting or reaching out, speaking directly with college students.
Right.
But what if you could go through somebody else who has access to those students, which is the professor? It's like a referral relationship, much like the mortgage person I shared with you earlier has a referral relationship with the buyer and sellers with the agent, right? So I think that no matter where you're at, if you have school, trade school, university, college, you can certainly find the names of the professors. They're usually right up on the website. Have your staff, have your employees, your interns, whatever, just write some things, what they're learning. You don't even do anything. put it together in a simple newsletter, mail it out. The opportunity that's going to come from that is fantastic. And again, if you paid attention here, I just simply shared the Vyral marketing plan applied in a different way.
Yep.
Build a database, consistently communicate it with educational content, and prioritize follow-up. In this case, it's print. You can't prioritize follow-up, but I can probably call any of these professors, say to get my newsletter about the students.
Yep.
And go, wow, that's crazy. That's awesome what you're doing. Great. Can I come speak to them?
Yep.
Or who do you know who's your top talent to send my way? So something I think you could share. Something I'd like to share with you. I think you might be able to use it. And just kind of a cool tip of how to apply the concept of education-based database marketing for recruiting to bring talent to your firm, your company, or your professional service. So that's it for the Vyral Marketing Show this week. I hope you enjoyed some of the interesting stories I want to share with you.
I enjoyed the stories, Frank.
Well, that's what's important, Scott.
I know, that's most important.
So I hope you enjoyed the stories this week. If you want to subscribe to future episodes, we're right on iTunes. We get updated right on iTunes. Go to our website, sign up for our VIP list. That's right at the very bottom in the footer of our website. You'll get a weekly newsletter every Saturday of our latest show with full show notes. If you don't have time to watch the whole thing, I kind of write up show notes for you that are really good. YouTube, obviously, Facebook, you can subscribe to us on there, like us on our page. And if you have a question you'd like us to answer in the show, we didn't have any today, but if you have a question you'd like us to answer for you on the show, ask us. Email us, submit on social media, make sure we see it in some way. If you're a client, let your marketing specialist who you're working with here know. And if we answer the question here on the show, $25 gift card your way as our ethical bribe to get some interaction from you and hear from you, because I want to answer your real questions. I want to know really what you're thinking about so we can help you out here at Vyral Marketing. So thanks for watching this week, and we'll see you next time.